Hello, everybody. Today we have a debate. We have a debate between two good friends of mine. We have on one corner we have like Niotic, King Niotic, or Noctis for anyone who wants to call him that. And in the other corner we have Simple Star, or Amy. They're debating some nigga from Toho versus like some Saint Seiya nigga. So yeah, that's what they're debating. So without further ado, begin.
All right, so do you want to go first, or do you want me to?
Uh,
We got to start with AP.
uh, yeah, do you want to go first or?
Yeah, I'll go first and drop my AP scan. So the cap was Uni Plus.
Mhm.
So in Seiya's fight with Aldebaran, he was able to create a big bang with his blow. Pretty blatant Uni Plus scaling. So that's my.
Okay. Um, my scan is
Hello.
yo, so
Oh, I was just making sure
just
you're.
just getting the scan.
Oh, all right, no rush.
Okay, so my scan is let me yeah, my feed is Reimu Hakurei battle against Shinki, who created a Makia, which is infinite in size, like infinite
All
like
right,
space. There's that, and here's the scan.
all right.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'll set that. And speed is wise.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we can move on to our hex.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to go first? Since I did AP.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna argue that Reimu is gonna like passively seal you away.
Passive.
Yeah, passive sealing. Give me a second. I'll get
All
it.
right.
All right. Drop the scan. Let me try to get the others. So yeah, I'm just gonna like passively like seal you away and try to get the others.
All right. Just. All right, I'll go ahead and try and counter this as opposed to
All
just.
right. Okay. You there? Hello? Wait, let me rejoin. Hello, can anyone hear me?
Yes, I can.
Oh, okay. Cause like
Wait, hold on.
something. Oh, there we go.
Not left for a
Iotic,
sec.
you there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
My Discord was just spurring out.
Yeah. You said you had a counter thing?
Um. Yeah, as soon as you post the rest of your scans, I'm gonna go ahead and counter.
All right.
If that's fine with you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm gonna get the other. Just have my scans. They're just like messy from my like gallery. But yeah.
Yeah, it's all right, man. No rush.
No, I think that's it actually.
Oh. All
Yeah.
right.
I thought they were like different, but there's
All right. Let me go ahead and reread the scan then. All right, so how is this passive? Because it sounds like she's active spell card, which shoots bullets at light at somebody, which they touch and then they seal away.
I mean, like she doesn't like have to cause like they kind of like passive as in like they just like activate. She doesn't have to like move her uh like body to
Oh,
yeah, and that type of
but
like passive.
all right. So I can just say that Seiya can just let me just get this. Seiya would just nullify these like balls of light with his Pegasus. What is it? Pegasus Meteor Punch. Basically, what this does, it nullifies attacks and junk like that. So it's basically power null. This. Let me get. Yeah, I'll post this. So yeah, he's just able to nullify attacks with just his fist alone. So if he sees his light coming at him, he'll just punch it, gets power in. So there's that.
Okay.
Alright. So if you haven't no objections for that, I'll just get on to my Winkai.
Yeah, sure, you
So
can go there.
alright, so can Seiya not Seiya. So can your character resisting their
Oh, my soul. What was it?
yeah. Yeah, your soul.
Yeah. Let me try to
Alright.
get.
Yeah, I'll post the scans for this. You can get your he's able to
Like my basically um my counter is like she takes blows from this sword that like destroy your spirit. Like they destroy your soul.
alright. Alright. Yeah, in this case, I just posted showing that like fodder people see at first can like race so like very casual. Like it's something that everybody really had. Idiots could.
Okay. Mm, scan that and um also I'm missing uh if you don't see it on the video, I might get a scan of like this guardian like celestial trying to hit um Reimu with the sword, but like
All
she's
right,
fine attacking.
3-0.
Yeah, it's like maybe like a little bit like a few seconds in, but you can see her like getting hit by the sword.
All right, all right. So you can go ahead and next one come.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Mm, uh, um,
You're digging up your next one kind.
what?
I was asking, are you still digging up your next one kind?
Oh yeah, I'm looking for it. It's just like
All right,
me having a mess. And it's like
all right. I'm just making sure because my Discord's like spurting out all the time, and it sometimes freezes out.
uh, trying to find these so hard. I mean, I guess I'm gonna argue um like instant death hack.
That's in.
There you go. So again with like the little thing.
All right. Instant death. Calling it. So I do have a counter to this. Let me see.
Mhm.
Skin. Of course you don't.
Oh, what did you say? Couldn't hear you. Cut out from.
Oh, I was like, will you be okay with like taking the anime scan? Like, I don't have the manga scan on me, but it's the same dig, or do you want the?
Oh yeah, it's fine. It's fine. You can use
All right.
like manga and.
I don't know, because I'm making sure, because like there's some like anime and wait, no, this is not that anime. It's that anime. But yeah, I'll get it.
I.
But the scan that did you really? But the scan that I'm about to post, that Hades and Seiya, he passively like kills life, and Seiya's just perfectly fine, like being beside him, taking attacks right out. That's what I can.
I. Okay. Um. So you want to go to like your next one? Next one, Con?
Yeah.
I.
All right, dude.
No, that's fine.
I think I found the manga. Yeah. So my next point, while I'm posting this, is that even though you said that your character is having soldiers, I'm just gonna argue that Seiya over the course of the battle, he's gonna God.
He's gonna
Seiya
what?
over say over the course of the battle, he's gonna get stronger, as if he's gonna get like incredibly stronger, and his blows to the soul are gonna start affecting her, and they're gonna start destroying her soul because how
Mm.
potent they're going to be. So let me just get this, and the
Yeah.
growth is like so big, and it's so fast that your character's gonna get overwhelmed, but she keeps taking attacks from. So that's what I'm gonna.
I. Okay, so one of my first counters for that, I'm gonna argue like inversion. Uh, basically, um, Reimu's just gonna manipulate like distance. So whenever you try to like get close, you'll just be further and further away from her.
All right, that's it.
Alright, I'm gonna drop that.
All right, so you're saying this is a technique she does, right? That she has to activate, and it will affect Sarah, right?
It's like it's kind of like the spell cards again like passive and shit.
Oh, all right. So it activates on its own once. Seiya can't do it. Is it like continuously activating, or does it like activate once, twice?
Uh, it activates once, but it can like keep going.
Oh, so it just activates one time, and the effect will like just staying.
Yeah, it just like stays like that.
All right, I got. All right, so I'm about to quantify. Before I get into the point to counter, I'm going to quantify power growth.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So when he was fighting Aldebaran, the bull, he went from Mach 1 to like over light speed in like a couple of like panels. Um, and his AP, because all goat hits are universal, his AP went from like below universal, like universal, like a single page, because after that page he crits the big bang. So like say like after like a couple of minutes of fighting is already going to be like massively like stronger than he was back then. I'm not going to amp speed as high. Don't want to kind of argue that. But yeah, so his attachment is way so. But I'll go ahead and count you.
Okay. Um. Okay. So, like, you're arguing like this. I'm trying to understand. Like,
I'm just arguing that his attacks he's going to get stronger, and his attacks to the soul are going to get stronger too. So her soul resistance is going to be like it's going to get overcome by him just getting way stronger than he previously.
okay. So, I'm gonna argue that uh, she's gonna also have her aura protecting. So, like, if you get past like her like stuff, she still has like her aura to protect her.
All right, it's time to this argument.
Mm,
Okay.
Three.
And this is like her aura like protects her from um like yokai, like spirits protecting spirit.
Uh, all right. So okay. So I'm going to count your distance point. And I'm going to count your order point in a bit, but for now I'm going to count your distance point. So what Seiya's going to do is that he's just going to create a miracle. And what a miracle is the ability to turn the impossible into the possible and get just close to. Yeah, here we go.
Okay.
And it's described as having like an infinite potential. And I'll like give some examples, right? So like Seiya, when he was fighting Hades, like literally he was getting bullied by Hades. And Hades is just a conceptual being anyway, so it's not like he can really interact with him because he's conceptual. He created a miracle during that. And he just gained the ability to um hurt, interact, defeat conceptual. Um, in the first two scans I posted, there was just this guy who had this armor that is pretty much a law manipulation. It was like this cannot be broken. And this guy, he used a miracle to turn the impossible into possible, and he just broke it. And it sits right there, he has the ability to perform the impossible. I can give like many, many more examples, but get the gist of it.
Yeah.
So yeah, say it's just going to just neg your distance manipulation
Okay.
by creating a miracle and get to her any.
So how like what like does is this like fate like probability like what is
Hmm? Is it like what?
like what is this hex? Is this like causality or fate or
It's
probability?
really hard. Basically, if Seiya's like having a hard time with something, he will create. If he's having a hard time doing something, he basically like gains whatever he needs at that moment to overcome it. Really, that's the best way I can put it.
Uh, um.
And we want
Okay,
actual
so
like fate manipulation. That's something else.
like some fate stuff.
Yeah, he has like other fate stuff, but that's irrelevant. Don't worry about that right now. Like his
Alright.
fate stuff and his miracles are like two different. Oh, I forgot to give you that skin. Let me this the most clear cut like example of like Seiya like using a miracle to just won't.
Mm-hmm.
He was fighting Aeolia, and basically he was using this attack called the lightning bolt, right? And he was basically speed blitzing Seiya. And the thing is that he used a miracle. He said, you know, Cosmos grant me a miracle, and he was able to see the attacks. And the thing is, it's not like it was amping his speed. It was just like letting him see the attacks. So like it's a pretty clear cut example of like, you know, I want to do something, like a miracle will help me do this.
Yeah. Okay. Um. Okay. So, can I go to my counter?
Yeah. I'll get to your
Oh.
aura after you count you.
Hmm. Um. I'm gonna just say that Reimu has basically the same thing.
Alright.
Cause like her, her like, how do you say it? Like, she without knowing has this ability to like, basically um, like just win against like their characters that are like just like stronger and all that. Uh,
Alright.
I'm gonna try to post that here. Scan. This also has like other things. Like it's not just like her being able to do this, but like there's also a bunch of other stuff too.
Alright.
But like it's not just like she has this ability, but she also has like multiple abilities within this ability.
Alright.
But yeah, for now I'm just arguing. Um, yeah.
Alright, so let's read all of this or just a highlighted tag?
You can like, cause like that one's like for like luck hacks, but like there's other stuff in
Alright,
what
so
I'm
I'll
talking.
read all of it.
Alright. If you want, yeah, I can send you another.
Alright. Yeah, you can go ahead and send that.
Try to get it right here.
I doubt it exists.
For performing.
Please. Alright, so I read all of that, and I'll go ahead and read this.
There's like layers and like Toho, but like the layers and like for example, like things like names, uh, they're actually like concepts and shit. And like black and white is like existence and non-existent. So
All
like
right.
yeah, there's more detail about it, like in the whole talking about the layer. Like it's not just like protection against the layers, but it's more like if you have power over the layers, uh, which Reimu has power over the highest one, uh, she can use things like her insane luck or like overpowering people with like um they're stronger than her. Like let me see if I can get the scan. But she was able to with willpower beat Dion, who was supposed to be like above her.
All right. Yeah, I would love to see that scan. All right,
Yeah.
so natural good luck. This okay. So I have a.
I think it's
Also, I want to
like
address your aura real quick before we like get deeper and I forget. You said that
oh,
basically she's just in your scan it says like she's manipulating auras. Like how does she manipulate the auras?
basically she can manipulate like her aura because of like her like training as like a shrine maiden. It's like uh she's like religious but doesn't know about like her god existence.
Huh. So when she manipulates her own aura, what does she achieve?
She can get stuff like death hacks, dispel evil or like evil intent. But like the thing with that is like evil means something specifically in Toho. Uh, and like yokai also means something. So it's not just like her oh um I'm just like defensive against spiritual attacks. It's like the aura itself is like has like different hacks.
All right. So I'm just gonna argue. Sorry.
Okay.
My bad. No, I just woke up, so I'm just still like
Oh,
really
okay.
drowsy. So I'm just gonna argue that if Seiya does indeed get close to her, which I'm arguing, like his punches are just gonna like nullify the aura. But
Okay.
yeah. So let me just watch this game. You just posted 8:15.
Can watch
Um,
that one. It's like those gods are like, cause like the god there's like two gods. The one that's like negative and the one that's like for the rich and shit. Um, the
all right,
negative one's aura alone affected the entire like Tohoka's just by existing.
all right.
So yeah. So it's supposed to be above her, but she still beat her.
I get swallowed by. Is this god of negativity like a girl? By the way.
Yeah, yeah, they're all girls. All the Toho characters, except for like
Yeah,
a couple of guys,
yeah.
human.
So I'm not
But it's
trying to get off
mostly
topic, but like I've never seen a guy character in this verse before, so that's pretty sus. But let me just get through this video.
the freaking fan base is sus. Fucking yeah, like one or a couple guys,
All right, I'll
mostly
go
good.
ahead and. All right. All right, I'll go ahead and accept this. So for now, at least, if I have to get back to it, I will. So I'm just gonna say that for Seiya is
Mhm,
guided by fate and time. All right, so I'll
mhm,
go over it. So in the first two scans, it's basically saying that there is a hero, and a hero is a person that's guided by fate and time. And then he goes on to say, Seiya is that hero. In the final scan, it's basically saying, as long as Seiya was fighting, there was always a possibility that a miracle would happen and that humans would win against the gods. So, it's also like, probability manipulation on top of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's basically fate hacks. Fate wants him to win.
Okay. Okay, so going back to like the layers of like Toho. One
Yeah.
of the lower layers is called like the physical layer, and that allows the characters to like manipulate like fate. So let me
All
get
right.
this. And it
Oh,
also
so you're
adds for
saying,
like luck and probability.
all right, and since
So,
you're saying that she manipulates the dirt layer, right? That she would basically overcome that.
yeah, she controls the highest layer. So she's like always not only does she have all the other layers, but she is also like at the highest layer.
All right. Let me just.
Yeah, the scan is tiny, but yeah. Hmm. Also, there's this character that has fate manip, and Reimu has beaten before, despite like her fate.
Okay.
Let me try to find. That. Uh, oh, here it is. Uh, there's the other scan. So, like this character called Remelia. Let me try to get a scan where they fight.
All right.
Find it. 'Cause, like, most of the clips are just like freaking completely bombarded with like that. Cause like there's this anime, but like it's not legit. But
Yeah, I
it's
heard it
like
was
non
made by the
canon.
fans. Okay. I'm just reading all your scans to get like a picture in my of this stuff.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to get the time for that. The other ones I just posted. I think it's like 4:40. Might be like a bit earlier on, but like basically the whole fight is them going fighting each other.
All right.
But
All
yeah,
right.
also if you like need more evidence for like her being able to like use these layers, like I can post that.
Yeah. I do need some, evidence saying that she can manipulate the second layer because that one's the one that does the thing with fate and everything. And
Yeah.
for the scholar,
Yeah, that's like her fighting Romelia who uses like fate manip. And then she
can you show
she
that she can
complete
use this in battle though?
uh I mean, yeah, I dropped the scan. She used it in battle against Sakuya.
Oh, in this fight?
No, not the video. The video's like Reimu can also can like beat people even if they got like fate. Shit. The previous
Oh, you're talking about
scan.
this one? Are you saying the vampire wanting her power for herself
Yeah,
gave her
yeah,
a completely opposite fate? Oh, all right.
yeah, yeah. Like Ramelia was legit trying to like she changed fate so like Sakuya would lose,
All right.
but then she couldn't change fate for Reimu to lose. Reimu still won. Uh, that would be the fate thing. But let me get another thing that I want to say is like one of the reasons that she has like control over the layers is because she embodies gods in Toho, and the at earlier on in the manga, it was outside help, but like eventually they became one with her, so now she can use like all of their power. Uh, so obviously they legit created everything. They created like the concepts and everything.
All right.
Drop that. So is can oh wrong button. Shit. Okay. Here. Okay. So here's like the that's like the gods.
Okay.
Um I'm gonna get the scan where like she's using them like during battle. The
Oh,
thing
fuck it.
is, she used to use them during battle, but like oh, it's later stated that she trained with them and she can use them for like a living. You know, like basically like they're always with her. Basically,
All right. And
let
also
me
for
try.
also for clarification, got it. Well, she's using the memory layer, right? She's using an ability, right?
Yeah.
All
Uh,
right.
like she doesn't like have to like really like move or like it just happens like passive.
All right. Using it. All right. Just
Yeah, she
using it.
uses it passively. So like, cause like in that battle, you see Romelia like they're fighting, but like Romelia is using like her fate. She still lost.
All
And
right.
her's like passive and shit. She didn't have to like make any gesture. Oh, let me get the scans roll. Give me a second. Uh, shit.
Excuse me.
Cause like after she first used her gods, she lost to this person using gods, but later on she like mastered them. But yeah. Here's like the scan that she was training. Uh, I'm gonna get the scans of her using her like gods during battle. She's using them against the what's it, Corey sisters.
Can you repeat those last couple?
Oh yeah, I'm showing you like the scan of like her training like after she used the gods for like the first time. She did like better training than she. It was stated that she could do it for like a living and shit. Like she already embodies them.
All right. So she post those scans. So post my counter for like the memory. Post
All
my.
right, and that Let me see where one. Oh, there we go. There you go. That's it. Even says the shrine maiden that could acquire the power of the gods for a living. There you go. This guy.
Right. Okay. So for your memory manipulation, where she's like, adding layers or adding whatever to like the memory layer, I'm just gonna say that if she keeps doing this, if she does this like ability twice, then say it's just gonna be like that ability doesn't work anymore. I'm just gonna egg it. And say Seiya verse, like if a Saint like experiences an ability once, or if they like see an ability once, then if that ability is used on them again, they just neg it, ignore it, they don't care about it, it's irrelevant. So she's like doing this with the memory layer. Seiya would be like the same technique doesn't work on me twice, neg it. So the memory layer won't affect him any.
Okay, so
Yeah.
just I just have like a couple questions, but basically,
Okay.
are we talking about like the whole like all the probability and fate, or are we talking about like just like mind
Um, you said that there was like three layers, and she like controls the memory layer. And
Yeah,
that was addressed. Yeah.
well, yeah, I also addressed that like the layers mean different thing. Like
Yeah.
it says
As in,
like physical and spiritual, mental, and all that
yeah.
shit.
Yeah, the memory layer like adds things to the past, whatever. Yeah, if she's adding abilities to the past, as soon as she does it one, she tries doing it again, he's just gonna neg it completely. So the memory layer isn't gonna work with Seiya.
Wait, I don't understand. Like, uh,
Yeah.
um, like I'm not like adding stuff to like the past, cause like, I said memory layer. I didn't say like memory manip. She's not like
No, I know
manipulating.
that. Yeah,
Oh,
but her
yeah.
her ability allows her to wait, let me read. I must misread. Pause. Yes, this is only possible to add to the memory layer. I'm assuming that's how she uses hacks. She adds things to the memory layer to use
No,
her hacks.
no, that's not.
I mean, that's how she
Uh,
rejects the other two.
like it's like with the gods and stuff. Um, she already has this because like the gods were the ones who like created the whole like the layers. Like they created like the all the layers that you see. They created like names and names into her like
Okay.
concept and shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I know the gods like created it, right? Well, I'm
Hmm.
saying that. My God, must be sick. I'm just saying for her to counter the other two layers, as in like the fate manipulation and like the second layer, right? She needs the dirt layer, which is the memory layer, to reject those loops. That's described in one of the scans.
Oh, so you're
Yeah,
arguing against the memory layer?
yeah,
Oh, okay,
yeah.
okay,
Specifically the memory layer that rejects the other two loops, so that that she'll neg them.
okay.
Yeah, I'm saying that if she uses that twice against Seiya, he's just gonna call it irrelevant. It's not gonna matter anymore. That specific memory layer isn't going to let let her reject his fate manipulation anymore.
Okay. Okay, now I understood you.
Yeah.
Okay. So like, does this work on passive stuff? Passive
It works
techniques?
on it works on abilities in general.
Okay. I mean, doesn't he have to like see the ability?
He can experience it. If you look in the dirt scan, Seiya was he got hit by was the god's breath, and after he got hit by the god's breath, like he experienced into his body, and then he was just like, okay, I just neg it. It's irrelevant to. I just completely nullified it.
Hmm. Like, I would. This would just be like another question, but
All right.
like I understand like that, but like, would it? Because like breath wouldn't be passive. Like, can you resist like something passive though?
This is still an ability. Why does it being passive like change to affect this an ability?
Um,
Yeah, it's an
like,
ability that she's using, that she's activating, even if
hmm,
it is passive.
okay, okay. I guess I have to pull this out.
All right.
So I'm gonna use uh boundary man. So uh, what I'm basically gonna say is that basically um this these gods or like Reimu right now can manipulate the boundary of anything. I'm gonna get you the scan for that.
All right. Also, quick question: does she have to
Mm-hmm.
summon these guys, or does she already have them like in her base, or their powers in her
I
base?
put I posted the scan in the scan.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
can
I'm
use
just
them for
making sure.
later. Yeah,
Wait,
yeah,
she
no problem.
uses them for. Oh, okay, okay. She uses
Yeah, yeah,
power for
like
the.
they're
All right,
already like
all right. I'm
kind of
just making
sound
sure.
pretty creepy, but they're inside of her in a weird way. Let me see. What's my argument again? Boundary minute. Okay.
Oh yeah, yeah. Boundary.
Oh, by the way, he said like an extra scan or like.
All right,
But yeah. Oh, I'm gonna get the boundary stuff right now.
all right then.
All right. So um, here's the boundary thing. Oh, the reason that it says right there it was no use, but like it was morely because the character that she was facing is Yukari, who has power stated equal to the gods. So that's why uh her like whole like hacks thing didn't really work. And also she was like inexperienced, but now she should have like more like of a master of this.
All right.
Yeah. Um let me explain boundary minute. Uh are you familiar with boundary manipulation?
I know it's basically concept manipulation, but I don't know how it's utilized. So so you can just explain to me like how it's utilized, like how does she in battle, etc.
Yeah. Okay. So uh let me post the description real quick. Uh so like the whole like thing that you can do with like boundaries. Like you can manipulate like basically anything. You can manipulate limits themselves. You can manipulate concepts, even like uh platonic. But yeah, I'm not gonna like freaking it's like unique blessing.
Yeah.
But like yeah, you can basically control uh like all the concepts and remove them. Um so what I'm gonna argue is that she's gonna use her gods to like remove the boundary of um like what was your like trying to remember.
What was my character's what?
um what was it again?
And removing
Oh
cons.
yeah, like what do you call that thing where like you like see a technique and then like counter it? Like that ability that like you neg it basically.
Wait a second, I'll
You
be right back.
I
Like stress in my brain.
why?
Make me have to think so friggin' hard. Why y'all gotta make me think so hard in this debate? God, me break my brain.
Try to get
Yeah, I'm bad. I'm really sorry. My grandma came busting in here.
no, it's fine, it's
Hello?
cool.
Yeah.
No worries.
So you're basically asking something about Seiya, I think.
Yeah, I wanted to ask like what's the thing where he like sees an ability and like what's that called? Like where he
It doesn't really have a specific name. It's just like the same ability. They just say the same ability doesn't work on the knight twice. I don't know how to like abbreviate that.
hmm.
Now, that shirt's not mine. But yeah, I don't know any way to abbreviate that.
Okay. Hmm.
All right. So you're basically saying he's gonna remove like Seiya's concept?
Uh no. Uh I said remove, but I never finished my
Oh, all right. You making a point or?
Oh yeah, I'm still looking for like
Oh, all right. Just making sure. I didn't want it to be my turn, and I was like waiting on you to hold.
it's like nah, it's fine. Let me try to Um, I guess like manipulate the boundary of um your character being able to like learn and like neg it.
All right. When you say manipulate, she's essentially going to take that ability away, right?
Yeah, like it's kind of
All right.
like base because like the thing is this isn't like a normal like, oh, I'm a power know you. I'm gonna like remove your
It's
ability.
concept.
Like I'm
So
a
you don't even
remove.
have it anymore, right?
Yeah, I can like and not remove like the concept. Yeah, yeah. But I'm gonna like replace it with something else. Like I can replace it with other stuff. Like
All right. Let me post this. So when Seiya was fighting Thanatos, like, ignore everything that's happening on the screen. Let's not look at the infinities. But what happened in this fight was Thanatos, the person in the very like corner of the right, he basically destroyed the concept of hope from Seiya, and Seiya like negged that. He got right back up using a miracle. So even if you do try to remove his concepts or something, he'll just create a miracle and just neg that.
I hmm.
Damn, she's omnipresent
So
too.
oh yeah, that's like the whole that's the thing is that's Yukari who's like equal with the gods. They both got like the same powers, right? And then Reimu has the gods. So yeah. So that would
Oh, so
mean
you're gonna
that
argue that Reimu's omnipresent too?
um I mean like yeah, I can argue that because like she also has the ability of
All right,
of Yukari.
all right. I'll
But
get to that in a second. Then. All right. So if you have do you have anything else you want to say about this before I counter omnipresent?
um um I'll just argue that probably kind of dumb, but uh, I'm not really gonna like destroy your concept, but more like replace it with something else.
I mean, yeah, you have to remove your concept to replace it with something else. So like he removes like or slash destroyed Seiya's concept of hope.
I mean, I can also like mix them up into like two. Like I can get two concepts, and make them one. Like I think it states there. Or if it's not, I'm gonna try to get it. But like basically, you can mix like human and yokai for sure. Like two different.
You can mix human and yokai.
Yeah, like human yokai are a thing. Yeah, it's really weird. They're
Yeah, I
like
would like to see a standard.
I let me try to get it. Uh there we go. Found it.
Do I have to go on?
Hmm, here it is.
Are you posted?
Yeah, I posted it on the scan.
Oh, all right. The border between.
Like I legit grabbed like two like your concept and another concept. And I just like uh turn your concept and that concept into one.
I'm confused. Like you clarify more for me. It says that the border between yokai and humans where. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Where
like
skin?
basically
Like I thought
basically,
there'd be like a place because it says you came over from the human side, as in like there's two places and like one crossed the border to enter that place.
yeah, like yeah, the borders, and like also you gotta factor in that like humans and yokai are not exactly like what we would see as like, oh, yokai and like humans. Those names are concepts. So basically, when it says she can manipulate the border, um, she can manipulate the board. She's legit mixing two concepts together. So she's like
Wait, can you
grabbing.
repeat that last part? My bad.
She's like not mixing, but like basically like a this weird like, oh, she's gonna grab like your concept and then like I guess like fuse it in a way with like another
Um, wait,
it's like really weird.
forgive me if I didn't hear this, but where does it play into scan that like the two concepts are fusing or they're fusing in general?
Yeah, it's like it's basically like what I'm trying to get here is, let me try to explain this again. But basically she manipulates all borders. That means like all like, the concepts and duality and all that shit. But like basically um uh she's gonna grab like your concept and make and like combine it with another one. So she's gonna legit like put two concepts together to make one.
All right, and you're using this scan to prove that, right?
Yeah, because like uh things like humans and names in Toho is even stated in like scans above that names are concept. It's I think it's in the god scans, like way above. They
Okay.
created names, and names are like concepts via like the other scans that I showed.
All right. The thing I'm like most confused about is like it's saying that like it's talking more in a location sense, right? Or more like a it's basically saying that human crossed over to the or something saying that something crossed over to this side, as in like I go from like United States to like Mexico, like I'm on this side. It doesn't really imply that two are like merging their concepts into one. Like that's the main problem.
Uh, okay. Um, the what I would argue is that like what was your main argument? Like it was a place and all that.
It sounds like it's talking more like a place that they're going to. That's why it says, "Oh, you've already came to this side." Wait, let me look at it. Yeah, you were able to cross from the human side. It sounds like we're talking about a location.
Yeah. When it means cross, it doesn't mean cross as in like a walking or like moving or like passing, but more of a,
Okay.
hey, we grab two things and we like it's a weird way of like merging basically. Like it's not cross as in like, oh, I crossed this river, or more like, oh, these two
Well,
things crossed together and they like became one.
well, if we're looking at the text, it says like you came this far, and it's saying you are able to cross. So like if you came like this far, it sounds like you're walking, like you like traveled a distance or like a journey. And it's also talking about like standing. So if you're talking about standing, like a physical ground or like some type of place that they inhabited, and you came across a journey and you came this far and you were able to cross from one side over to the yokai side.
Okay. Yeah, let me like argue with this. Give me a second.
All right.
Uh there's like something implying like what I said. Uh right there is like it wears fin. Like it's legit talking about like, oh, uh they're two different things. Uh and like they like that's like one of the little words that says like wears fin. And when it says like you came far, um, like I can argue like a couple reasons why that would be. Like it would be more of a uh like a narrative type way of speaking. Like it would be more like, oh, you are now a yokai. Like you basically went from this thing to like a different thing. That like in a uh like this weird you know how like they say stuff in like narrative to like make it sound like it sounds
Yeah.
like something else, but like yeah. And I would also say that uh it would be this case. Not only because of that, but like also um another thing is that even if it was like a place and all that, um that wouldn't really matter because the gods created all of that, so they would obviously have control over that. So
All right.
they themselves would be the ones creating the border. Therefore, them themselves being the ones uh using like the concepts and
All right.
so yeah, those would be my counters.
All right. So for what I'm going to respond with, like it's probably be the last time I respond. You know, make your counter, and we just point to the judges. Here and we're okay. When it says that the border between yokai and humans were dim, like that could be interpreted. Wait, you already. I'm gonna go ahead and say no. Between yokai and humans were dim, like that could be still interpret. Like if we're going by the consistency of this statement you gave, as in like it talking about a physical sense, as in coming far, journey, crossing over a border. It seems more in line in this narrative right here that the border between humans and yokai is more of like a physical place, like the border between like Mexico and like United States, like you cross the border because like
Mm-hmm.
narratively it seems like it's talking about an actual plane that a person travels to. So like
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry if you did it already, but like can you like specifically give a reason to why it wears Dan would be referring to like something that's conceptual.
Okay.
And then we can move on from this point.
Um, the reason that I would say like concepts and all that is because of the previous scan that I posted about the gods creating names,
Yeah.
and like names are concept. Uh, and life and death. Also, they also created life and death, which are also um, and they also manipulate the barrier. Now, the thing about the barrier, I understand your argument for why. Um, However, when it means like standing in the border, specifically for Toho, it doesn't
Mm-hmm.
mean like a physical border, like, oh, hey, look, I'm gonna build this wall, I'm gonna pass this wall. Yeah, from this like to this. Nah, it's more of a more like a how do I say this? Like it's more like this weird it's like it's not physical. It's just like a whole like concept. Cause like
Can you like show like some scans showing that
yeah,
that
like give
that
me a sec.
borders and yeah.
Give me a sec. Let me try to get that. Uh, like I'm gonna give this other example where like I think it's like around uh 0 37. Here it is. But like here's an example of what I'm talking about. It says the border of common sense. You know, like that's not like a physical. You can't stand on common. It's like a
All right.
concept. It's right here. 0 0 0 30. 7. I don't know why it's not sure. Oh, there it is. And then you see the characters being like human and yokai right there. Like it's actually shown right there that they're both human and yokai. And there's like no ground. It's just like the borders, the concepts just merge.
All right. Piranha. This is. It's easy to come here without dying, but there's the barrier. Wait. Why did the quality get so low?
So yeah, what?
Oh, that's in my YouTube. Quality just went from like 480 to like 144 AP.
Uh, yeah, that's
Just a-
gonna be a bit hard.
200. You can go. It's easy. Um, I'm confused. They're saying we may have like give another explanation, but I'm confused. They're saying that
Mhm.
Reimu was saying that they came here and but there's a barrier, and she was just saying, "Oh, the barrier is gone now." That's how we're
Yeah,
able to come here.
the barrier would be the border. The border is what has like the concept. She basically dispelled it.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. With her like her
Oh,
touch, like by touching it, she like this.
all right. Why
But
would the
like she
barrier
can
be
also
the
use like
concept again?
what?
Oh, I was just asking why would the barrier be the concept again? Just trying to remember everything.
Oh, because the border is made out of like common sense, which is like a concept. Because common sense would be a name given to something. Like for example, like we'd say like time, right? And then like
Yeah.
time's a name. And names in Toho are concepts stated by like their gods in like the previous scan that I sent like where earlier.
All right.
So that's why it
Okay.
would be like
Alright, and for the final then, can you like show the skin of like the barrier being made of like common sense or being named that? Or is it
yeah,
already in
like
this video?
common sense. Also, it's made out of like life and death too, because like Jensokyo is also connected to the netherworld, which would be the concept of life and death. And then she broke the barrier between them.
Alright. Yeah, I'll love it if you were to post those scans.
Uh, like her dispelling the barrier.
No, the barrier being made of like not concept, common sense, or being stated to be made out of common sense.
Um, it like okay. Um, so like basically, let me try to get that. Okay, so here here is like another like scan of like for example like it talks about like the life and death, right? Um, okay, so right there it says the barrier of life and death. Um, life and death is not like a freaking like tangible thing. So like they're obviously talking about concept. Also, this would also point out like my other. I'm sorry, I burped a little. My other statements before. So like but yeah, here's another scan of they talking about like life and death as in like concepts.
Alright.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because like life and death, um, not only are names, concepts in Toho, but like life and death in their verse is also like concept because like it's like life and death. You know, it's not like a
All right.
yeah.
All right. Then. Let me see if I can. I hope this website has it because Kiss manga went down, and I don't have it on me. So please have. I don't even think I posted. Okay.
It's pretty chill.
All right. I gotta look up my YouTube video that I did
Hey, like,
to find this.
it's been like an hour and like 11 minutes. I hope like I'm gonna go to conclusions anytime soon.
I don't know. We'll get the conclusions when we get the conclusions. I don't know if he has more points after, but I think
Y'all
I'm
got more
done
win
after
cons?
this.
Y'all got any more win cons?
I'm finished. I don't know about simple though.
I might have a couple.
Yeah, I'm just getting this last point scan for this point, and that'll be it.
Okay.
Just turn down the volume because my voice is in it, and I'm gonna like make me embarrassed if you like hear my voice. So basically, the scan that I'm going to post or the video I'm gonna post, don't even watch this video. I'll give you the timestamp.
Okay.
The timestamp is like 7. All right, yeah, the timestamp is 7:15.
7:15. Okay.
I think it's 7:15. Yeah. All right. So basically, what's happening is Hades is a conceptual being, whatever. And what he did was he fused with Shun. And when he fused with Shun, it overwrote his soul, his very being itself. Like all the traces of like individuality from him.
Mm-hmm.
So like in a way you can say like this is like merging his two concepts because you know they merged their soul, they merged their individuality with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Shun managed to resist this. And since Seiya goes above Shun, he should also be able to resist this. 7.
So he
I think
merged he merged like the concept with what exactly?
um with Shun, the person named Shun, he merged his soul's concept and he lost his individuality. Because Hades is a conceptual being.
Okay.
And if you need an explanation to why like Seiya should be able to resist it too, that's because in the Saint Seiya verse, it's like Dragon Ball. If you scale some above somebody else, you're able to like resist everything they've resisted. So that's all I'm gonna say for this point. We can move on to your next point if you would like.
Alright. Um. Okay. So. Okay. Um. I guess I'm gonna just like argue that she's gonna like boost her like power like or like when you like grow stronger she can like match you maybe like
All right.
even out. Let me try to get my legs hurt. Dun, dun, dun. I walk when I debate for some reason. I can't sit still.
I do the same thing. I'm just pacing back and forth in my room.
Yeah, I'm going from like one side of my bed to like the other. I'm just coming back. Here you go with that. Just booster stat thing. Fuck power.
Alright.
Stat. I'm done.
Double time increases heck. Alright. So what is the rate of like power that it gives her? Because Seiya's
Um,
going from like he's going from like below universal to like universal pay. Like if you
uh,
want an exact quantification, you actually went from like mountain level or like country level. Like there's a calc on it. And then he just like jumped all the way to like universal on one page.
I mean, I would just argue the same because like, Reimu goes from like going like matching people on her level and like beating them, but like it's not to like a whole like it would basically be like a similar level because like it wouldn't be like this that much of a whole like gap with like the whole uh equal like um AP and shit. So it wouldn't be like a major like gap.
Well, you say that your quantification you gave was that she went from not being able to matching people to surpassing them. In your words, right?
Yeah.
But what's like the quantification? Did they go from like uni plus to like 1,000 times more in universal? Like what's
No,
like
it would just
yeah?
like what was it like? Say again. Trying.
He went from like mountain level to like universal in like the span of
Oh.
like a couple of pages. So so he's like getting thousands and thousands of times stronger within like second.
Uh, I guess for this debate, I'll use freaking she mats uh like what was it like Universal or some shit?
Yeah.
Uh, yeah. Um, but yeah, Reimu also has that. Let me get it. Uh, with this, she could like fight Suika to like destroy like the heaven, which is like because in heaven there's this large being. Oh wait, no, I think I have the scan on me. Never mind. There's this being who's like bigger than the observable universe. Let me try to get. Where is that, bro? Where is that scan? Ugh. First time sitting down. My legs. There.
After this point, how many more points do you have? Because I know debaters like
Um, I have a few, but like if I get
all right,
like name fast, I might just like chill out.
all right. No rush, man. No rush. I'm just asking.
Yeah, I know. That's cool. This is fun. I like this.
Yeah, man. I'm just enjoying myself.
Yeah. But yeah, that's the scan. Oh, you want to see the scan of like Suika doing it? Give me a second.
Oh, you don't need. I'll just go by this game. It's fine.
It just shows you like the whole like. Also, it states that they did it like incredibly like casual. Like the creator legit states they can shatter the heaven by like being drunk, blindfolded, and with one hand.
All
Like
right.
yeah, yeah, they're pretty crazy. But yeah, that's the shattering the heaven.
Hello.
Oh,
Oh,
Simple is looking for a scan. Simple, what
oh
scan are
no,
you looking
I
for?
sent the Shadow Heaven one. Already did.
Oh,
My bad.
oh,
Sorry.
my bad, man. I didn't see
Nice,
it.
cool.
And so basically, you're giving a quantification, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's your quantification?
Basically, she went from like planet all the way to like universal, but like really high into it, because like it says right there, uh, they shatter a being who's like
All right, I got
bigger
you.
than the observable universe, and there
Well, I
is
would
a
still.
number by it, but like is tremendously huge. It's
All
like
right,
ridiculously large.
so I would just say that well, mine's just still like way higher because mine's just like mountain to like uni plus, while yours is like planet to uni plus. So I would just still say mine's is still higher, and the difference between like mountain and planet is like I believe like hundreds or thousands still. So yeah, my character still like out strength yours, and
Oh,
even then, right?
uni. Oh, you said uni plus. I thought you meant universal.
Oh,
Oh, my bad.
my bad. I did say universal up first, but I meant to say uni plus.
Oh, okay.
Is that outside the? No, it's not.
Well, try to bring. I guess I'm gonna bring out the scans for shit. Oh, okay, okay. Give me a second. Let
Look,
me try to get it. Um. So yeah, I was just using it to like quantify, but cause like I thought you meant universal, but no, that fee is actually uni.
yeah, my
It's
bad, man.
actually uni plus. Yeah, that fee would be like uni plus. So I would just say I would match your character, like uh, cause like it would still be a huge amp all the way to like this.
Well, yeah, you're still going from like planet to uni plus. I'm going from mountain level to uni plus, and even then, um, I already posted this scan before, but if you need, I will do it again. When he was fighting Danatos, he created a miracle. His AP
Mm-hmm.
just shot up. Like I'm not gonna like use all of it, right? But he like it shot up like infinite, like beyond. So his AP in Universal is just gonna like skyrocket. So like the very boundaries to it and like crossing the next tier. So I'm just like reaching the cap of like Uni Plus.
Oh, okay. Um.
Yeah, so my AP would still be like way more than yours if he just creates a miracle.
Okay. Um. I would just I would just use uh the whole boundary shit to like like just like boost my power, because like it's been stated that like the gods can use it at the highest level. So since we're going here, I guess I'll just go to like the highest level possible. So it would just be like, well,
Well,
if you're going to like the highest level, then let's go to the highest
right in there, AP's wait, what's the rate that she can do this? Is it instantaneous or
She can do it intent that word, yeah. And like passively too, because remember the gods are inside. The whole problem's like the gods. The bigger.
all right, so
Yeah.
if he creates a miracle is also instantaneous, he just gets infinite.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, so they're
Yeah.
equal in AP there,
Yeah. Um yeah.
which is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Like enough attacks to the soul still destroy her soul if he keeps punching her in the face. Because it's fine if you ever like tank attacks, but if like you take attacks to the soul for like a prolonged period of time, it's like physical durability, like you're eventually gonna like wear down. So Cielo still like beat the shit out of her, destroy her soul if he
Hmm.
gets close to her.
Um I'm gonna argue that you're just gonna be like, this is another counter. Damn. Uh but basically, um the gods can multiply infinite. So I'm gonna just say that you're gonna be infinitely fighting uh gods the same level as Reimu. It's like
All right.
the ultimate freaking like shadow clone. Nah, I'm just
All right.
joking. It's
Man,
not
let
like
me.
shadow clone is different, but like yeah,
All
basically
right.
like yeah. It even says there like they multiply.
All right. How many parts to splitting? They're splitting. If they're all sure they could. All right. So when it says multiply infinitely, it sounds like they're saying that this is an over time thing. Like if there was somewhere for all of them to stay, as in like settle down, they could do it infinitely. So I would
Hmm.
like what's the rate that they're able to multiply them? Like
Um,
is she
like
able to like create like 100 clones in like one time, like one, and then that one creates a clone, like so forth?
like she can like it's really hard to get a clip of this, but like basically they can summon them like instantly. The reason that she said that is because that was like earlier on where she didn't have like as much training. Oh wait, I can hear myself twice in my ear. Wait, give me a second. What the fuck? That hurt. Yeah, she didn't have much like training, and like now she has like she embodies the god.
I would like the scans of the multiplying infinite.
Oh, the scan of them and multiplying infinite.
Yeah,
Um, like,
yeah, because I would like that scan line.
cause you know what?
Yes, I would like that scan a lot. Because if you don't like show me the scan, I'm just gonna dismiss this and say that she needs like time to do this.
Mm, let me try to get that. But okay, cause like characters in Toho have been shown to like just like be like like been able to like exert like all of this like infinity and shit,
Yeah,
and then just like be fucking like they can create like older bodies and shit, and then it's just like super casual for them. Let me try to get it. Like for example, like Hakatia was able to create like infinite worlds, uh, which contain like the character that like it was like super casual. So let me try to get.
Yo, I don't mean to interrupt. If
yeah.
Infinite just told me this, Infinite told me the time in the commentary, it's almost like going almost 2 hours. So I just want to know if y'all are almost about to like go to conclusion. I'm not trying to like rush per se, right? I'm just asking y'all, what do y'all plan on doing then?
Well, Simple says that he's like I don't know how many more win points he has. Like I've already covered everything I have, so it's all up to Simple, really.
Okay.
Trying to find that scan. That
Well, simple, did you hear what I just asked you?
yeah. What was it again?
How many more points do you have?
Uh, like
'Cause it's almost 2 hours in, is what Infinite told me.
It's
So if you
about to
want
be
me to,
it's about to be an hour and 40 minutes.
damn.
no, we're not literally trying to like, we're not like trying to come off this way for real. We just got
I
told the
mean,
times we
I'm
wanted to
trying to
ask you.
rush. That's
Uh,
what I'm doing.
oh, well, he might be, but like,
Man, I wish this shit could last long.
No,
Fuck you,
it can go a
debater.
little longer. I don't personally.
I'm
That's
going
what I was,
beard hair right now.
Debater, you quitter. Quitter. Uh, fuck. I guess let me give me a second. I think I got it.
Okay.
Here's a scan. Wait. Really having a hard
Sorry.
with these scans, but yeah. Here it is. Uh,
Alright, spell card and clone. Even though I shouldn't say anything. I shouldn't say anything if I can't make clones. What? I shouldn't say anything.
that was like she says that, but like the whole it's again like it's more like I'm basically saying that she can her god power should be superior to like this character. They can like make clones. Her name's like Flandry and shit, and then she can make like a bunch of clones at once. Uh, and the whole thing is like with like the slave shit is because Flandry, uh, she basically likes fighting people because she views them as like toys and shit. And then when she kills them, she's like, ah, shit, I broke my toy. That's what she means by like slave and all. Like they're just
Okay.
legit toys.
I mean, alright, so you're saying that because she has her god powers or whatever, she's able to do this too, right?
Yeah, because like the gods are stronger
Alright.
than Oni.
That's
They're
fine.
stronger than
So my
vampires.
question, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
So my question now would be like, how many clones is she able to create? Because we know the gods are stronger. We don't really know.
Like the gods are way like superior, but she can create it really ranges, but at least four.
At least 4. Okay, Seiya
Yeah.
can deal with 4. Like you said, they have the same.
Yeah, they have the same abilities and powers and all.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I would just say that miracles, counter, and fate wants to win. So that's fine. We can go ahead and move on to your next one, kind of. I don't think I really need to go in depth with what the would do to counter that situation.
No more win cons.
Fuck you, debater. Does Seiya have something to like being frozen in place?
What type of frozen? Like time,
Like it's not time or ice. It's more like she just like she uses like her freaking her spell cards. But yeah, that again, she's just gonna like stop you right there, and you'll just like stay there.
Well, what kind of like is it like space, like spatial, like time, like what kind of like stop?
No, it's not. No, it's kind of like a weird uh, because like it's not time. It's not using like time or ice. It says freeze, but it's more like you stay in the same place. You know, like
Well,
I guess like motion minute that would be.
motion,
Just yeah.
like physics.
Yeah, like you would just be stopped right there. Like you would just
Well,
stay
since it's
there.
affecting Seiya himself, I would just say that since it's affecting his fist, that his fist is just gonna power no it, or just like not. It's like, have you ever watched like a certain magical index?
I don't think I would.
Damn. Basically, like, I'm just gonna say that if an ability is like directly affecting Seiya, like his fist are just gonna like power no it.
Uh,
Since it's like affecting his fist, and since it's already touching, since the ability is like touching his fist, it's just not going to work.
it's cause like the thing is so like is the is he gonna like punch like nothing? I guess cause like it's really not like punching uh like what like are you gonna punch like I don't know what you're gonna punch like it's like they're not like shooting shit, they just like stop you right there and then they just fill you out with bullets. The bullets are not actually bullets, they're like special, but like yeah, first they stop you and then they shoot you and stuff. Like, the ability is just stopping you. You there? Hello?
Yo,
Hello?
Nadik,
You there?
Nadik. The debate, oh my, the debate was so long it fried his Discord.
Sorry, my
Probably.
Discord cut out. What was the last thing you heard? Simple.
I was talking and like I couldn't like if you said anything I couldn't hear
Yeah,
you.
my Discord cut out. I was basically saying, right? It's like if you use time stop on Seiya, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like time isn't like physical, right? But it's still like affecting Seiya. But since
Yeah.
his fists are already like, since his fists are being affected by ability, since it's like
Mm-hmm.
power null induced fist, like it's just gonna undo the ability, right?
Yeah.
So it doesn't need to be like physical. I mean, he's done
Like
it before with like Hades' ability that sent him into a place that time was stopped. He just like
mm-hmm.
escaped from that place. Like he didn't care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What I was saying it was like no, but I understand you. Um like it's more like it's gonna like cuz like they don't shoot anything at you yet. It's more like they shoot at you like after that you're stopped in place. When they mean freeze, they don't mean in like a time stopping type of way. It's more like, for example, you're gonna throw a punch at me, and like I don't really stop time or anything. I just like stop you from like throwing the fist, so you're just like stopped in place.
So basically motion manipulation as you said before.
Yeah.
All right, well even then, right? I just looked at your skin. I'm dumb. I thought you meant like she just like dinks and he just like stops. He would just like punch your attacks and they'll just be power null.
Yeah. No.
Uh,
No, that's not.
no?
That's, no, like you don't punch the attacks because like it's like I said, it's like first it stops you and then they shoot at you. Like you can know the attacks, but like what do you
Oh,
got
okay.
for like being stopped in?
Oh, all right. Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
just follow back to my other counter where I was saying like even if it's like not even like physical, right? Like if it's like sort of like time stop, like I'm not saying that it is time stop, but I'm just saying that like if an ability is like affecting Seiya, his fist will just like power null it because it's already working on his body. And even then, right, I can always rely on miracles. Like Seiya will be like, all right, Cosmos grant me a miracle and let me bust out of this thing, and he'll just like bust out of it. So those are my counters.
Okay. 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 You got anything against like? Do you have anything against causality?
Causality, like, are you specifically talking
Like
about I
cause and
go in the,
effect?
yeah, are you talking about like the type where I go into the past, kill your baby self, and you're gonna be ceased to exist,
Uh,
or another type?
no, like you're gonna punch me, but like that never happened type shit.
That never happened.
Yeah, like
Mhm.
causality. Like you try to act, but then it just reverts to like it never.
All right. Can you post a scan of that?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to get it. Uh,
And my scan for that, I'm dumb. My counter that would be like, okay, say it's gonna punch her in the face. She's gonna manipulate casualty and fix herself right up. Say it's
no,
gonna
it's like
see that. Oh wait, what?
you like no, it's more like damn my ears, bro. Like basically you don't get to like hit her because it never happened. Like the whole like thing that you're about to do will never happen in the first place.
It would never happen in the.
Yeah.
So you're basically saying that he tries to
Mhm.
punch her. Oh, that never happened.
Yeah. Like yeah,
All
that's
right,
basically it. Like if you
all
try
right. So
like throwing your fist at her, it'll like never happen.
all right. So my counter would that be like, if this ability affects him twice, he'll just neg it, punch her in the face anyway.
I mean, like I would just argue that like you wouldn't like you wouldn't like adapt to it because like it would have never happened. So you
Yeah, but it's
wouldn't
still
like adapt.
affecting him though. Like the ability is still like working and manipulating events that he is a part of. So it's still affecting Seiya, whether it existed or not. So he's experiencing that. Oh, I nicked that. Like I know what you're doing. Like it's not going to work. I'm just gonna punch you in your face anyway.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I guess like barriers. I guess.
Barriers.
Yeah, barrier.
What if you're creating a like if you're creating a barrier around herself?
like yeah.
If
I'm
she creates
really
a
running
barrier
out of
around,
ideas.
if she creates a barrier around herself, he's just gonna punch it, and it's just gonna nullify.
Fuck.
And even that
Uh,
did. Oh, go ahead.
uh, ideas. Uh, I mean, like, it's just like a thing, but like, um, wouldn't it just like still affect them in the first place? So that would just like
Oh,
stop it.
what do you mean?
Like if it affects you once, right? Like, I know you can like adapt to it and
Yeah.
like neg it, but like, if it still does affect you the first time,
Yeah,
because
it affects
like
her the first time, and then he goes to hit her a second time, and it gets net.
I would just argue that the first time would be the one where it just like stops you right there, so you wouldn't like get another chance.
What you mean? I don't
Uh,
follow.
like like uh like the hacks that I'm using
The
will work
casualty
on
hacks,
you.
right?
What?
You talk about the casualty hacks?
Causality, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
all right.
it'll happen, and you basically won't have the second chance because like it does affect you the first time, and even though I do agree that you can like adapt to it and like counter it, that wouldn't happen because like you wouldn't get the chance.
Wait, if you agree
Like,
that if I can adapt to it, that means he nets the ability because it's not going to
yeah,
work
but
on
like yeah, but you need to
experience it
wait.
first. Right?
Yeah, like yeah.
All right, so let me just like outline like what's happening. So say it goes to punch her, she reverts causality. That never happened. And when she does that, she's manipulating events that Seiya is a part of, right? And that has never happened whatsoever. And then he goes to punch her again, and then she tries manipulating casualty again. But since she already like erased an event that contained Seiya in it, he technically already did experience that attack, and he's just gonna punch her in the face anyway. And he's gonna know. He's gonna be like, the same technique doesn't work on me twice. I know what you're doing.
Okay. Well, I'll just argue it will work because she can purify the past. So whenever you learn something, she's just gonna purify it. So like you didn't uh learn anything. So
Well,
she's
it's
just gonna
fine.
like
Well, it's fine if he
yeah.
doesn't know that she used that ability. I mean, he'll still punch her in the face, like whether he knows what happened or not.
Uh, what was it again?
Yeah.
I didn't understand that one.
So you're saying that? Oh, are you saying that I would just erase Seiya's memories of like knowing that will happen?
Uh, like it'll be like she can manipulate memory, but like it's also more like um she's basically gonna be like I'm gonna purify the past. So like the events in the past, like they didn't like happen. Like you never adapted to it.
All right. So I actually have scans for that. So basically, manipulating the past to change the future.
Oh yeah.
All right, I got that. I got that. Just let me get my
Trying to
boy
get it.
Shura up in
Yo,
here.
I really need y'all to conclude. There will be only
Bro.
one judge. I'm serious right now.
Debater.
this-
Like I'm already finished. Like
I'm talking to
simple. Oh, all right.
bro. Just leave this point to the judges. Like, or y'all will only have one judge.
This
Bro, you can go. Bro, you can go this nigga somewhere else. But seriously, you need to conclude.
All right, I'm about to say this point, and then I'll post the scans later. But basically, what happened was, this is a guy named Capricorn Shura, and basically his past self died, and he was being erased from, causality, because cause and effect. Adina showered him in his blood. I mean, in her blood, and it reversed it, the causality, right? So basically, Seiya showered in Adina's blood already, so it wouldn't affect him.
hmm.
Yeah, so call it like that wouldn't work on him.
Okay. Uh, I guess region. Like when you punch me, I'm a
Yeah.
region. I
What
don't
type
know.
of region you're using? Like low godly, like
Uh, superior to like Romelia, which can regenerate from anything like from like a head. But also keep in mind that like the attacks in like Toho are also like conceptual, spiritual, and all of that shit. So
alright, I'm just gonna say that he literally beats the shit out of her and she literally gets knocked the fuck out. And if that doesn't work, he's just gonna keep on bullying her until she literally loses the will to fight because she keeps getting like bullied.
okay, I might just argue that she can become invulnerable to like
Invulnerable?
invulnerable to all the layers.
Okay, so
Let me try to get
on
that.
what scale are you applying this?
It can be the
And
same to like it can be like the cap to like our because
actually,
like
even
hacks
if
are cap.
even if she does turn invulnerable, Seiya's punches like are gonna nullify that hex, so he's just gonna beat the shit out of her anyway.
Oh man, fucking uh
Yeah, but if you don't have any more points, we can like save debaters like sanity and conclusions. Have any more points like, and also I'm up to just post the scans of what I said earlier of like people bathed in Adina's blood, like resisting the effects of like their past like deaths like affecting them. So there's that.
I
Ow! Hit my.
I'll just like try to find the invulnerability stuff and then we
Oh, you
can
don't need
go
that
from
scan.
there.
I'll trust you on that. You don't need to post that.
Alright. Alright. So you wanna go to conclusions?
Yes, sir.
Alright. You wanna go first?
Debater, your dream has been achieved. I'll go first. Okay. All right. So in conclusion, I think the crux of this debate was the layers, and I think I managed to like counter his layers argument by um fuck. What did I bring up a long time ago? It doesn't matter. I just believe I countered that in general. Most of his points in the latter half of his debate, I either negged it by saying miracles or say those punches with his like neck, it hacks itself. Um, and finally, the inclusion of like miracles plus the fate and time like guiding Seiya to win itself, the battle itself will have him win this battle. So he'll just either destroy her soul or just beat the shit out of her until she loses the will to fight, or just like get knocked unconscious. So that's my conclusion.
Alright. Mine would be that like besides from like the whole like punching beating me up, uh well, I did counter some stuff and um like I guess I would say that like some of the like abilities would work like at the first time, I guess. Like yeah. Uh but yeah, that's that's all I got right now. Really happy.
All right.
Okay, I'll start first. First of all, it was a really good debate. It was really, 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 really long, but it was good. Let me start at the top. Oh my god, it's taking long just to scroll through all this stuff. Okay, pretty much like equal on terms of like AP and stuff. Then like what were some of the points in there? Like so let me like give me a second. I wrote it down. Okay. The first hack the simple person did was the ceiling. Like, Nana kind of did counter it. Like, probably a good bit to like like I don't think really simple like really pushed it as hard as he could. So like Nodix counters for like what probably would work because like I don't think he pushed it hard enough. Second point, like Nodix first hacks, soul hacks, that got countered by simple. Nodix second hacks was death. I mean, simple second hacks was death hack. Like that got countered. I don't think anyone's gonna like fight me on that one. But like
Yeah.
let's see. Then there was like the get stronger thing. Let's see. What do I remember about the get stronger thing? Like for the get stronger thing, like I'm pretty sure like I don't really remember it that well, but like the way there's this one point in like we were talking about like amping themselves. Like y'all were like pretty even with it, but like I don't know. I kind of would favor Nautic for that point a bit more because like the difference between like like being like going from mountain level to universal to planet level to universal. Like I just slightly favor Nautic on that. Another point was like the boundary definitions. Boundary definitions. Wait, no, I'll save that one for the last because that's crazy. Let's see. What was other points in there? Aside from the boundary thing, what was other points y'all argued? All right, they all argued. Oh, fate hacks. Yeah. Let's see. Who do I think won this point? For the fate hack, simple. He did provide like his guy like countering fate hacks, but like I don't think like I don't think that the like one of the like I think like Nautic's thing for like the miracles and like the ability of like the same attack doesn't work twice in the same. I do think that can give him like a good edge in the fight. Yeah, the same attack doesn't work twice in the same. Wait for the fate hacks, right? Who do I think won the fate hacks and the probability stuff? Well, like Nautic did present that if Simple tried any fate hacks on him, that he would counter it by like the same attack doesn't work twice. Like I kind of think that I don't really think that like Nautic's fate hacks would necessarily like work on him because like he like beat someone who had like fate hacks and shit. Then like also for like the amping themselves thing, like for like the time of when it happens, I think like Nautic took that one for like the time thing, for like how long it all takes for them to get like powerful and shit. Now for like the boundary thing, this is like probably the biggest contention. Now like when it regards to the thing where it said like, oh my god, why can't people like not talk so loud? Okay, in regarding to the thing where it's talking about like you came this far and you were able to like cross over to the human side, right? Like I do kind of think that Nautic was like arguing it better. And, like I think he was winning that part. But I think like he like kind of like came back with like with like the point of like with like showing that yeah these things are really like concepts and shit. Yeah, because like well like if Simple just relied on like the strength of that scan, then like I think Simple would have lost that point. But like he provided like the death hacks thing, and like you can't like I don't think Nautic like was able to like semantically argue his way out of that. So I have to give that one to Simple. In the bathroom. In the bathroom. Anyway. Before she goes, she breaks down the bathroom door. What other points? Did I miss any points? Like, did I address all the points, or did I miss one? Like, did I cover everything, or did I miss
a
any
whole
points?
bunch of points like towards the end? That like
I
a
guess.
whole bunch, like barriers and like freezing me and like all kinds of stuff.
Barriers, freezing. That part I kind of would say no. Let's pick that one. There was like
There's
another
also
point.
his causality point that he covered. I didn't know.
Oh yeah, the causality thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think Nautic took that one, but like, who I thought won this overall. It was really, really, really close. I don't know. It probably comes down to the boundary thing. Like, okay, so like, it's gonna be long, so I have to ask a bunch of questions. The boundary thing, right? That was like, the purpose of that was to like neg like the concept of the miracles or something, right? Is that the argument?
It was the net. He said that he was gonna like Simple. Correct me if I'm wrong. But he said he was gonna like remove my concept of like resisting the same attack doesn't work on the same twice. Said he was gonna remove that and replace it with something else. I countered that with saying that Thanatos like destroyed / removed Seiya's concept of hope from him. So
Yeah,
that
like
wouldn't work.
something
Yeah.
along those lines.
And then
I
he
remember.
went on to say that.
I remember that.
Yeah. And then he went on to say that I'm gonna like fuse your concepts together, right? And then I
Yeah,
said,
it
well,
was like
Hades,
yeah, that was the
Uh-huh.
whole like debate about whether it was like people like
Yeah.
walking to the border. Yeah.
Yeah, and then after that, I provided Hades like fusing concepts together, and I said that Seiya should be able to resist this because he's like stronger than Shun. So there's a
Okay, so yeah, okay, I remember it now. Okay, I think everything else y'all pretty much counter each other pretty even, but I think it all comes down to the boundary point for me. That's like because I think that's the most important one. And for me, okay, so if I'm right in my assertion that like he was arguing for like messing with the concept of that move, assuming I'm right in that assertion, right? I would say that Jesus Christ, it's tough. I would say that like hold on. I was slightly more convinced by Christ. You both argued this. You also argued that. I know I'm like, because like, if whoever I say wins this part wins the whole debate. So like, I know I'm keeping you on the edge of your seat, but like,
yeah, I really am. My heart's pounding right now.
Christ.
Spit it out, man. Come on.
Um. Okay. I'll give this point and the entirety of the debate 1%, like smallest man can possibly give it to Niotic. Yes, because y'all were both arguing pretty well, but like I think Niotic was showing like pretty good rhetoric in the part of like the concept thing, and like so I give it to I give the whole debate to Niotic, like highest amount of extreme diff I can think of. So yeah, that's like
All right.
y'all may not Simple or Corn may hate my judgment, but I'm sticking with it.
All right. So I guess it's Corn's turn.
Yeah. All right. So starting off, I'll get right to some points. So obviously the first point that Simple tried, it got countered. I feel like he didn't push it hard enough either. So Niotic did bring up some counters that wasn't necessarily touched up on by Simple in that first part. So yeah, Niotic took that. The soul stuff, Simple did provide a counter right off the bat for that. Niotic accepted it. So I would say, yeah, he took that point. So Simple has that. We get to the death stuff. That was countered. I'm echoing somehow, like, I don't know, someone like, but anyways, yeah, the death stuff was countered. And so we move on down the line to the next stuff. Niotic started arguing, well, like the soul stuff, eventually Seiya gets like stronger and stronger, and he demonstrated a lot of different stuff that really proves, and he did a lot of good quantifications, and so they started going back and forth on a lot of points with that. And Simple even brought up how like Reimu was able to overcome characters who are like stronger than her. But overall, I feel like Niotic did push that one a little more though, like that particular point. Like, yeah, he would grow strong enough to eventually do that. But then we get to some other points, fate hacks. Now for this, I'm gonna have to go inconclusive on this one stuff, but I feel like both of y'all definitely did a decent job. But for me, I had to go inconclusive, like for like 50-50, something like along those lines. Now causality stuff, boundary stuff too. I'll get to that in a second. Like causality, y'all went back and forth on that. Let's see. Simple was arguing something along the lines of, well, he's going to make it to where Niotic doesn't have the chance to do that specific thing a second time. And then Niotic had a counter for that, and Simple tried to come back with that as well. I feel like Niotic took probably edges out with that. And then the boundary stuff, like him removing, let's see, I agree with Debater on like the other smaller like points. I think y'all did pretty even out with that. And like when it comes to the boundary stuff, I feel like I agree with Debater. This probably does decide that as well, in a sense. And like Niotic did bring up, Hades removing the concept of hope from Seiya, and how Seiya was still able to, get it on, and do his thing and resist that. And Simple was still trying to like explain on his part of how, in a sense, he was saying it's still a specific ability though in that regard, and it's directly going to that specific ability. So I do agree, both of y'all put up a hell of a fight. Again, I would probably say 0.111% out of Deja was Simple on that argument. I would say the boundary stuff in this regard, the way he went about it, would work more often than not. So I got to edge out with Simple on this debate more often than not. Like 0.111 that.
Like whatever number I said, 0.1. So like, okay, so that's one for Niotic, one for Simple. So unless Infinite wants to judge, I guess it's a draw.
I can't even judge. I'm sorry. It's so long. I can't even
That's
judge
fine.
or pay attention to
It's
it.
fine.
So like,
It is.
I guess I gave my point. I think Nautic slightly took it. And Corinth Simple barely took it. So I guess it's a draw. So, oh my god.
All right, end the recording.